Patriots fans, we know ever since the Patriots have drafted Drake May at number 3 last year, the big thing has been get weapons around Drake May. Now we know Elliott Wolf and this organization have tried to make big moves, and the question becomes now, what are they going to do moving forward going into the 2025-2026 season? So let's jump into it. Before we do, don't forget, hit the subscribe button. If you're new, hit the like button because that helps me out, and comment below. So jumping into it, this crazy tweet pulls up that is wild, but apparently a well-informed source says that the Eagles would offer the Patriots. Now, we talked about this yesterday. It is a slim chance that anyone is going to be able to offer the Patriots a move up or willing to trade up for a position for that number 4 pick. Now, we know it's very likely that Shadur Sanders could be available right there. Excuse me. It's also possible that Travis Hunter could be available. But again, more and more people are saying that Travis Hunter is going to be going to the Cleveland Browns. Now, that opens the door for a lot of people that would say, well, what about Abdul Carter? Again, I also think that's far-fetched. I don't think either Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter will be at number 4. My dream scenario is Abdul Carter is at number 4, just like in this situation. Now, if that is possible, we know the Philadelphia Eagles, obviously just off the Super Bowl, showing the world, hey, what our defensive 4-man front can do to a team like the Kansas City Chiefs in that offensive line and creating pressure and literally controlling that game. Unreal. So what do they need to do? They need to reload when it comes to that defensive line. A lot of them left during free agency, one being Milton Williams to you-know-where, the New England Patriots. So they would have a huge benefit in bringing in another edge rusher for this team. Now, there's been a lot of speculations that the Patriots, especially with Mike Vrabel having connections to A.J. Brown, would want A.J. Brown to the Patriots, figure out some trade of some sort. Now, even as far as to there was some trolling, whatever, A.J. Brown held up a number 11 jersey, which was Julian Edelman's. Julian Edelman said you would look good in that, blah, blah, blah. That's not what we're talking about. But in this scenario, what would happen is basically the Philadelphia Eagles would receive Abdul Carter, that number 4 pick, and then the New England Patriots would get A.J. Brown, the very last pick in the first round, as well as a second-round pick in 2026. Now, again, the trade package right here is all just put together. That is all, like all of this, is speculative. I'll admit that. Now, again, fun to talk about. But I truly think that would not be, I don't think it'd be a good move for the Patriots. The reason I say that is I think Abdul Carter is a top-tier talent. I think it would be a smart move for the Patriots to acquire Abdul Carter, bring him in, and only bolster that defensive front. Again, Mike Vrabel, former defensive coordinator. He, defensive-minded guy, wants to control the trenches in that line of scrimmage. Now, let's play devil's advocate. Say they have this trade, they get A.J. Brown as well. They get that last pick in the first round. They could most likely get Connerly out of Oregon, offensive tackle, starting quality, and then a second round for the following year. The question would be, are you willing to give up that number 4, Abdul Carter, for A.J. Brown and Connerly, who would most likely be a offensive tackle? So some of you might say, absolutely. Again, that gives another weapon to Drake May. So then you would have Stephon Diggs, you'd have AJ Green, and then most likely you would have, obviously Pop Douglas in the slot. You'd have Kayshon Boutte coming in there. The 5 wide sets, it would all depend. But obviously you'd be seeing a lot of AJ Brown, Stephon Diggs. But I would counter with this is, again, I really want Abdul Carter. I am, as the kids would say, I'm glazing for Abdul Carter, 100%. I'm hyping him up because I do think he's the real deal. I think he is a generational talent off the edge. Now, again, I have a lot of hope in Stephon Diggs, especially seeing the video that came out not long ago. I have a lot of hope in Pop Douglas and Kayshon Boutte. Again, there's young talent in this wide receiver core that I think has a lot of potential. I'm not necessarily talking Polk or Baker. I cross my fingers. I hope they can do something. So again, I trust in Stephon Diggs. Then number 1, Pop Douglas, Kayshon Boutte, Mac Hollins, and they can figure it out from there and then probably acquire another wide receiver in this draft somewhere. So that is my take on this whole situation. I don't think the Philadelphia Eagles would necessarily give up a second round, and I'd be surprised if these are the things the Philadelphia Eagles would give up in their pursuit of Abdul Carter. I truly don't believe that, but I do believe it is possible that the Eagles are thinking, listen, we were depleted in some key positions with our defense on the defensive side of the ball, and we need to replenish them. How are we going to do that? This would be a good way. But also, too, the reason I would shoot this idea down is there are a lot of great defensive ends in this draft. It is incredibly possible that they get someone like Jack Sawyer out of Ohio State. Someone drops to them in the last spot of this first round. That is very, very likely. So, again, I don't think it's going to happen. What do you think? Comment below. Would you like this trade? Would you not? Give me your reason why. Again, you just jump into A.J. Brown's stat as well. I may have said A.J. Green at some point. If I did, I apologize. I did, fun fact, run into him at the NFL draft last year when I was in Detroit. It was super random. He was just walking around the draft. He had a camera following him. Super nice guy. Not as tall as you think he is. He says he's 6'2". He's not 6'2". Not 6'2". Anyways, you look at his stats. Yep, he would come in for sure. In my opinion, he would be the true number 1. Stephon Diggs would probably be the number 2. And then you got Pop Douglas in there jumping in. And then, Kayshon Boutte, probably Mac Hollins as well in that 5-wide set. So we will see moving forward. Again, I think it's very unlikely. But as the draft draws near, it's something that's fun to talk about. Last but not least, something that I want to jump into, I think that is important and kind of overlooked probably. But if you're on Twitter, and a lot of this stuff is on Twitter today, you look, Drake May, absolute dog working out. Awesome. Love to see it. Doing some safety bar split squats. Awesome. That bar probably weighs about a typical Olympic bar, if you want to know, obviously 45 pounds. 20 kilograms. That bar right there is a safety bar. Chances are it weighs probably 55 to 65 pounds, depending on who manufactured it. But looking at that, we look to our boy over here, Christian Barmore. He is up. He's moving around. I think the first comment puts it up well. He needs to bulk up a little bit, but for sure he does. But what's great is he's in the facility. He's doing things. That looks great for the organization. Getting him in there and saying, hey, he's moving in the right direction. We know Mike Vrabel said that, and we need to continue to see him do that and make strides towards getting back on the field. And I think he's doing that. I hope he's doing that, but that's what it looks like from that. So comment below. Tell me what you guys think. The whole A.J. Brown situation, again, probably garbage, but I'm not going to lie. I love talking about that kind of stuff. So comment below. Tell me what you think, yay or nay. And what is the % chance you think that's going to happen? Sorry, this whole video I've been losing my voice. And then as well, comment below. Tell me what you think. Christian Barmore, feeling good as the season nears, as summer nears, and then the season is around the corner after that. Are you excited about Christian Barmore? So comment below. Hit the subscribe button once again if you had not. I will talk to you later. Peace.